Here at Roselle Catholic High School. It's football season in New Jersey, but never a bad time for high school hoops in the tri-state. And we're kicking off the start of the fall season at Roselle Catholic High School. It's Hooptoberfest. Jack Bartek, Brandon Marazzo, John Edmond here on All Abilities Live. We'll be taking you the action all day. And guys, a full slate of games starting out with this first one, Colonia taking on Montclair.
Should be a quality matchup, Jackie. We've got some big-time players in this one. Edmund, how you feeling about it?
I mean, this is my first time watching high school basketball since my little brother graduated, so I'm pretty excited to get this one started.
Absolutely. We got some ballers in the house tonight, too, Jackie. You already know I'm looking out for Aiden Derkack in this one, man. I mean, the kid's been making a name everywhere that he goes.
Yeah, Aiden Derkack, obviously such a great season last year as just a freshman and looking to ascend even higher in his sophomore year. Already has a handful of Division I offers, and you could just see he has that frame and the game that translates to the next level.
And don't forget about Jahi Whitney over there on the other side for Montclair as well, who averaged 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, and had the most 256 points on the season last year.
Colonia wins the tip. They'll control it to start. 3 balls straight on, no good. Saved off the foot of Bashir Lucas, and that's going to stay with the Patriots.
Just a nice job by Lucas there. You got to win the possession. The shot, it doesn't fall down. Got to win that ball back any way you can.
Bashik Austin with the heads-up play for the Patriots. Now it's Derkack, pull up, got it, and the foul. Aiden Derkack. How about that? Not even letting you settle into your seats before he makes a highlight reel play.
I mean, just straight off the warm-up right there, rose with it and put it in for 2. Amazing play right there by Derkack.
Fellas, you know, he was the last player to leave the court, too, for warm-ups. I think that just tells you that he's willing to put in that extra work. He's expecting a big leap from an already impressive season.
Oh, my goodness, another spectacular play. He misses the free throw, stays with it, and knocks it out of bounds off of Noah Hutchinson. It'll stay with the Patriots once more.
That's just great right there. He's going to do it on the offensive end, but also going to do it on the defensive end as well.
Strong move inside, layup no good, but an offensive rebound will keep it with Colonia. Derkack off the screen. Now they're pressuring heavy. We're going to play a 20-minute half. Right now a 3-0 Colonia lead.
Oh.
Layup inside, no good. Rebounded by Bashir Lucas, and he'll slow things down for the Mounties.
Good thing that Lucas grabbed that board, too. They already went 3 times. They should have had the ball, but gave it away.
And look, they almost just gave it away right there again, but great job keeping it in play.
Nice save by Tom Diametti, and he'll get it in the post. Backing down, nice defense. Nice move inside by Diametti. He draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2.
Ooh, he just got mauled on that one. I love the confidence to take on the double team. But how about the trap coming from Colonia on that backside? Didn't even see it coming, but way to hang in there.
I was going to say, if you look right now, Colonia, their wingspan is long. They're going to try to deflect it anytime they can. Great job down low.
Free throw is good for Diametti. Now, guys, we have a huge slate of games coming up. We'll take it all the way through about 7 o'clock. First one, obviously, we have right now Colonia and Montclair, the schedule to follow. We have Elizabeth and Linden. Eagle Academy from the Bronx versus St. Benedict's. Linden comes back out to play the hosts of the event, Roselle Catholic. We got Camden and St. Rose, 2 of the most heralded teams from last season. The Patrick School taking on Union Catholic. Immaculate Conception taking on Camden Eastside. As the layup inside is good. Monroe against Ridgewood, and then closing it out is going to be St. Peter's and Newark Tech. So great basketball all day long. Right now, Colonia on top 4-2. 17 minutes to play.
Right now, just some blistering defense coming from Colonia, not making anything easy, but a beautiful extra pass for the layup there, fellas.
Nice feed, and Hutchinson is the beneficiary. Gets free, the easy 2. Evens this one up at 4 apiece.
And you know, Jack, I got to tell you, I'm really excited for that St. Benedict's Eagle Academy game. You love to see New Jersey basketball taking on other states. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Best basketball players in the nation come out of the Garden State.
They do.
And anytime you get to see Chitty Wigwe, it's a treat. He has elevated his game over the past year. He's a 5-star recruit, one of the top players in the country. As a strip there, pass inside. Diametti too strong on the layup, but he'll head to the free throw line again. Tom Diametti making an impact early on. A nice job by the big man.
Great composure by him right there. That could have easily been called the travel, but just controlled himself. Nice spin. Went up and he's fouled. He's going to go for 2.
And, fellas, you got to go apart against this Colonia defense.
Yeah.
As you said, John, they're bringing the height, bringing the wingspan. I mean, going up soft, you're just going to end up getting blocked on it. So, nice job fighting to the line there.
Tom Diametti heading into his sophomore season. Played a small role last year as a freshman. Knocks down the free throws. 6-4. The Mounties are on top.
Some would say top of the mountain. But-um-bum.
Oh, my goodness.
For Montclair, this is a team last year 13-12 in their first season under Cecil Stinson III. The Montclair alum took over last year, trying to turn this program around, and they certainly seem like they have it headed in the right direction. Nice work defensively. In the corner, some room for a 3-ball, and it's good. Matt McSorley heading into his senior year. The 6'3" guard forward, smooth stroke, and the Patriots are back in front. Diametti down low, this time tied up for a jump ball.
Yeah, no, it was the space for me back on that one, fellas. I mean, just great ball rotation. And in the corner, doesn't even hesitate, an absolute laser of a 3-point.
Yeah, I was going to say, he looks like he's a sharpshooter from the corners right there. Takes the jumper.
Answering back on the other end, that's Noah Hutchinson. It's a long 2. But Montclair back in front. This has been a back-and-forth game so far. 14:20 to play. Pull-up jumper from the top of the key, too strong. Rebounded by Bashir Lucas, and the Mounties will slow things down.
Shout out Montclair making the adjustments. You see that they're coming down with the rebounds now, having a little trouble on that first possession, but bouncing back as they hold on to a 1-point lead to extend.
Inside, the layup too strong. Back the other way comes Colonia. Derkack, pull-up 3-ball, off left. Montclair on the break now. Pull-up jumper for Whitney is left short. Nice job defensively by the Patriots to get back and recover.
You got to love the way they're coming down, pulling with confidence as well.
Poke away from behind. It was Hommel having it knocked away. But out of bounds, it'll stay with Colonia.
Yeah, speaking of the confidence, how about Derkack? I mean,
Yeah.
only made one shot, comes down, and already with a heat check in the transition.
I mean, he's a natural.
Barber inbounds. Isaiah Barber for Colonia into the game. Derkack going back door. Nice catch with the one-hand kick out. 3-ball just rattles out.
You got to finish that, young fella. Perfect pass. An unselfish ball being played from Colonia. It was a beautiful shot attempt, but you got to make that home.
Inside, the layup too strong.
Ooh.
Getting his own miss is Lucas, but Colonia has the board. They're headed the other way. Drive and kick, 3-ball, rattles out. No home bounces for Colonia so far today.
No home bounces, but you got to love the way that they're sharing the ball. They're sharing it amazingly. Shots just not falling in, but great floater right there.
That's Whitney. He's been a little bit quiet, but showed off the smooth game right there with the floater with the right hand. That is a pretty move.
Yeah, a little Chris Paul-esque there, you know. So I don't want the contact. That's fine. I'll show you what I can do.
Oh, Derkack. You got to get a body on him. He is fluid into the lane.
Absolute water.
Finger roll right over the front iron. That is, you know, sometimes people say basketball is art. That was artistry from Derkack. Trying to answer back. That floater too strong for Lucas. On the break. Oh, great rundown and poke away. That's a really nice play by Lucas. After he couldn't get the layup to go, not only does he avoid the layup, but he gets the ball back for the Mounties.
He's been playing stifling defense so far, already coming up. I know that doesn't go down on the steal stat sheet, but it really should, honestly. Just a nice job to win the possession back. And he had that strip right before. leading to a bucket for Montclair. I mean, he's been all over the place for them.
Colonia dialing up some pressure now. Going with a bit of a full court trap. Off the bench here, Miles Nicholson. That one's taken away by Derkack. Euro stepping, draws the foul, and he'll head to the line for 2.
I mean, with Colonia having 3 seniors graduating last season, it looks like they haven't missed a beat at all. They have most of their core returning, and they're making a huge impact.
Dan, I'll tell you, the way that you saw that little Euro coming, but the way that he dribbled with the force,
Yeah.
I thought he was about to catch a body on that one. I'm not even going to lie.
I thought so as well, but went up super strong, and he's at the line now, makes the first.
Derkack at the line, knocks down the first one. He's got a handful of offers. Radford, FIU, which is the alma mater of his father, his mother, his godfather, so family ties to
Gee, I
FIU.
wonder where he's going.
Second one rattles out. He's also got Albany, Bryant, and Merrimack. And I'm sure plenty more to come as he continues into his career.
Take your pick, young fella. The world is yours.
Only headed into his sophomore year, and you can imagine when he gets himself in the weight room a little bit more, puts some size on that big 6'7" frame, he's going to be a real solid college basketball player. Inside the floater, too strong for Bashik Austin. No, I'm sorry, that was Isaiah Barber. We're all square at 10 apiece, 10 minutes to play in the first half. As I mentioned before, 2 20-minute halves for each game. Nice takeaway there by Derkack, getting in the passing lane. Running the break.
Nice ball movement right now from Colonia.
Yeah, and impressive not to settle on the fast break. Derkack pull up. Had the ball hit and somehow got it up. And it almost looked like it was going to fall.
But
he draws the foul and he'll shoot 2. But that is impressive strength and ability to regain his form on the jump shot.
Not even that, but that quick first step right there, the quick jab step, just wow, out of this world, had him shaken up a bit.
How about the rip through, getting the shot
Yeah.
off? I mean, we talked about the weight room, and I'm sure he's going to be hitting it, but already showing off some natural strength. But that's what you're going to get from a 6'7" kid, and he's only a sophomore.
You know, it reminds me, I saw a video yesterday. It was about Patrick Beverly talking about his time with Anthony Edwards as the second free throw won't go. And one thing he told the Ant-Man early in his career was the layup on the other end. That's good for Miles Nicholson. Nice reverse lay-in. He said one of the deadliest moves is the hezzy pull-up, hezzy crossover. And if you look at a bunch of the greats, you don't want to do that at the three-point line. You want to be able to pull up into a two-point jumper. And Anthony Edwards said, "Why would I want to do that?" And he says, "Because you could get to the basket in one dribble rather than 2, and that's the difference between help coming over and not coming over." Is a strong finish there. I believe that was Colin Croner.
Well, speaking of that, that one step getting to the basket there, as you see the spin move coming from the big man, shaking off the defender, saying, "Get out of my way." Speaking of getting out of the way,
Derkack down the floor, tried to slam it home, couldn't finish. The putback's no good. Still loose, and Colonia is going to get the easy 2. Isaiah Barber in the right spot at the right time, and the lead is 15-12 with 7:57 to go in the first half.
yeah, that's going to force Montclair to take a quick timeout. It's only a 3-point lead against them right now, but you can just feel the momentum starting to sway. You know, fellas, it always just feels like you're on a little rowboat in the middle of the ocean, and you can just see both of the tides pulling you. And I'll tell you right now, if Derkack could have finished that one, I might have had to just walk out for a second and catch my breath, because that was going to be absolutely phenomenal right now.
But you know what the scariest thing about Derkack right now is that he was a freshman last season. He's coming into this season a sophomore, so he has years to play with this team and get even better, build up his size. He's going to be a problem for years to come.
Here's my question. What do you feed a 6'7" sophomore? I mean, like,
A lot of protein.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? They're buying, they got to be buying chicken, steak, any protein that they can get their hands on like crazy.
I mean, but he already looks fit. He looks pretty fit for his size right now. He's just going to put on some more size.
And just to go back and finish up what the point that I was making before the nice run, is that lane's no good. He possesses great awareness of where he is on the floor, feels comfortable pulling up for a two-point jump shot. We've seen it a handful of times already in this game, and that's something that, you know, it takes a lot to get somebody who's not comfortable doing that to be able to do, and he just has that as a sophomore in high school.
And how about the unselfishness, too? A couple of times he had a bit of a window. Speaking of a window.
Corner three ball is good right there. It's Matt McSorley in the corner, and it's an 18-12 lead, largest of the afternoon for Colonia.
Yeah, Mac McSorley, more like Mac McSniper with the shots we're seeing coming from him. But as I was saying, man, going back to Derkack, just so unselfish, and the willingness to make the extra pass, I think that's going to make him something special in his development.
Inside, some nice defense by James Curett. Goes back the other way, knocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with Colonia. Diametti back in for the Mounties. We talked a little bit about Montclair. They got knocked out in the first round last year, but they bring a decent amount back from that team, and they look to improve on that season in the second year under Cecil Stinton. On the other side for Colonia, they had a great year last year, 22-9, ended up winning their section, and then losing to a team that we know very well, Ramapo, in the Group 3 semifinal. That was a tough loss, though. They were right in it. They led much of the way, and even without Wyatt Eglinton Manor, Ramapo was able to pull it out. But this is a really solid Colonia team, and they're poised to make noise once again under head coach Jose Rodriguez.
Yeah, man, I mean, you're going to need your A game. Doesn't matter if one guy's missing from a team like Ramapo, but, hey, Montclair, as we said, and Colonia, both of these teams more than capable. And that's what you got to love about the high school ball game. I mean, seniors graduate, and it becomes a free-for-all. You never know who's going to develop next, who's going to come in through the transfer portal. Like, you literally have no idea. It's just a giant question mark. We can make educated guesses as much as we want, but the fact of the matter is, until you see these kids in regular season, you just don't know.
Some really solid defense there by Montclair, but it ends with a reach-in foul. Looks like they got Javon Rogers reaching in. I'm not sure. I saw it that way. Regardless, 6-point Patriots lead, 5:15 to play in the first half. Derkack, three ball up top, no good, rebounded by Diametti.
Didn't really love the shot there, had a defender in his face. He had McSorley open wide up top. I wish he would have made that extra pass there, but nonetheless, still holding on to a 6-point lead, not the biggest end of the world.
Nice drive left by Rogers, draws the foul, he'll head to the line. You know, we've done a little bit of fall ball this year, Brandon. John, this is your first time joining the booth, but I know you've done basketball in the past. When you're at this time of the year, these teams aren't really working together too much. Their season doesn't start until December. That's when they'll first start practicing after Thanksgiving. This is the time that you're okay being rusty, okay taking tough shots, figuring each other out, getting the chemistry right, because you want to work it out now so that when you get in the gym together in December with your head coach, you have it figured out.
And I think that's a big point to mention, too. The head coach is not being allowed to have access at this fall ball, you know? So it is just a different look, and you're kind of just running and trying to gel and get that chemistry together, John.
Yeah, definitely just a different look, but I'm telling you right now, the way that Colonia looks, it looks like they're going to be well prepared for the season that's ahead of them. That's as much as I can tell you.
I'll tell you, fellas, I'm pretty impressed by Montclair, too. I mean, the 13-12 record from last year, I don't think it shows what this team's made of going into this season.
True.
Drive and kick, but the three ball is no good for McSorley, so it heads back to Montclair. Still a 5-point deficit. Anytime you have a kid like Derkack, though, you have a chance on any given night. And he certainly gave them more than a chance last year.
Gave him a chance with that kind of defense.
On the break now, drawing the contact and heading to the free throw line. I thought I was going to get to the action there for a second.
But Jackie, rumor on the street is you got a 3-point shot. I thought we were going to see it there, see if you can make it from behind the net. But I don't know if that's just one gassing you up or not.
Don't make me pull out the huddle tapes, Maz. I know our guy Orlando over there seen me play. He knows about it.
Yeah, Orlando told me 3.5 stars out of 10.
Derkack at the line. First one is good. I would take 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. I'd be good with that.
I think always just cool with your pops, man.
Second free throw on the way for Derkack. That one's too strong. Oh, draws the foul on the box out. Maybe a little bit of an embellishment for Derkack, but he got bodied up on that box out. I don't think he was expecting it right after the free throw, but he got a body put into him, and so Colonia gets it right back.
Yeah, you're going to have to play strong if you're going against Derkack, and I'm fine with that. I mean, got to make him feel you a bit, you know? Also, Jackie, don't feel bad. I didn't even make it on Orlando's radar.
Inside, Durrett, nice move off glass.
Get your weight up, little homie, down low, spins, put it off the glass. He's been in the weight room, definitely.
How about the touch, though, fellas?
Ooh. Nice move by Javon Rogers, almost gave it away. Whitney steps into a 3-ball. He's got it.
How did he regain that one? It looked like Derkack was going to take off with it. He wins the ball right back, spins right into the shot, and nails it. Oh, man.
It's a nice job by Bashik Austin to hold the pivot foot. Derkack in the corner. He's got some room. Lets it fly. Too strong. Rebounded by Whitney.
Was trying to get him back there for that one. Just didn't work out that way.
Long two from the corner rattles out. So a little bit sloppy here in the late stages of the first half. Oh, great feed from Derkack, and the layup is just too strong. Nice hustle. Second chance won't go. And Montclair will take it back. Isaiah Barber, some great hustle, though, to get his own miss. Long 3-ball on the other end. Too strong for Rogers. Derkack in transition. Austin resets it. Derkack, baseline. A lot of contact, and he'll head to the line again. There's one thing that he is adept at is drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Not just drawing contact, but inviting contact, fellas. I mean, for a sophomore to have that much confidence and say, whatever happens, it is what it is. I know I'm going to get to the line. It's just pretty impressive. And I think that's some things that you see even older guys. It takes till about senior year to really get comfortable with that contact. You know, especially if you take it, you end up on the hardwood.
Derkack got to work on that free throw stroke a little bit. He's missed a couple here in the first half, but at least getting to the line. We got some sweat on the floor here. 52 seconds left in the first half, a 21-16 Colonia lead. But all in all, a pretty solid contest so far. Good showing from Montclair, who was a bit down last year and still finished over 500. And a Colonia team that, coming with some high expectations off of last year, they look pretty solid.
I mean, Jack, anytime you're coming off a 22-9 season, you're definitely going to have some expectations. But I'm really impressed with Montclair. As I said, the 13-12 last year, it doesn't show what this team's capable of. And the defense that they've been bringing in this one, top notch.
Down to 40 seconds to go. Driving right, floater layup, too strong, rebounded by Curate. Outlet pass to Derkack, and he slams it home. You cannot give him a runway. He will take off just like that.
I believe it was Shaq that said you got to have that G-class certification. And fellas, we saw it right there.
Wow.
And that was no rim grazer either. He got eyes to the rim and punched it home like the rim insulted him.
And I'm so mad. I put my eyes down because I had something in it and I had to take it out of my eye, and I just hear the impact and I missed it, and it's right in front of me.
Down to 5 seconds left in the first half. Derkack doubled. Nice feed inside. The layup's good. Through some contact. A great finish for Bashik Austin. Really fine sequence there. A nice feed from Derkack and a great way to end the first half for the Patriots.
Now up 10. They've turned this game upside down a little bit on us, John.
This young man, Derkack, can literally do it all. He can do it defensively. He can do it offensively. And you just seen that amazing pass right there while he was double-teamed. Bounce pass. That's amazing. That's amazing.
And how about the rest of the team? I mean, letting him take the lead,
Oh,
but the supporting cast that he's rocking with right now, everybody making the extra hustle play, everybody making the extra defensive play, the extra pass constantly coming. I mean, this Colonia squad is on one right now.
Yeah, and you mentioned that swing at the end there, and who does it come from but Derkack? He is going to be the engine for them this year. You try not to overemphasize, but you almost can't overemphasize a talent like that and how he can propel them. Gets the dunk on the fast break. He gets jumped on the screen, makes the perfect read, keeps his pivot foot, beautiful bounce pass, and a great finish there by Bashik Austin to end the half. And just like that, it's a totally different ball game. And obviously, results only mean so much in fall ball, but to see a sequence like that has got to give you some promise.
Yeah, no, Jack, I think you hit it right on the money. I'll tell you right now, if Derkack can just fix the shot mechanics a little bit moving forward, I mean, we're looking at a complete player, fellas.
Yeah, well, definitely. You also got to give it a factor that it is fall ball. And, you know, he's getting out the rustiness right now.
Only a sophomore as well.
Yeah, only a sophomore. And we were talking about this earlier. He has years left in him, and I'm kind of afraid to see – not afraid. I'm happy to see what he's going to become, but I'm very afraid to see how he's going to torture the rest of the basketball teams in New Jersey.
And for Montclair as well, I think, at least – speaking for myself, a little bit impressed with what I saw from them. They need some work offensively, but again, it's October. They will get there.
Yeah.
Most importantly, the thing that you can't be rusty, your defense. They were great defensively, and, you know, I thought they played tough, which is the things that you can't teach. You need to have that in October, and you could find the offense as you go along.
Jack, once again, you hit it right on the money. You can't teach defense. It's an effort thing. Some guys a little better, but for the most part, if you want to be a good defender, it's all about effort, and technique. All right? Like, so to see them playing this kind of defense in fall ball, really quality. I think they could do a little bit of a better job finishing those transitions, getting out and getting into that open space. But as we said, I mean, to starting off like this, really solid right now. And you got to give Montclair credit.
Yeah, definitely. I can see them. They're not too far behind right now. The score, if we look at it, they're only down by 10. A whole other half left to play. I believe that they can turn it around.
Yeah, certainly not insurmountable. We got about 2.5 minutes left on the clock here in this halftime break. We're going to take a second. We will be right back with the second half, so don't go anywhere. Here on All Abilities Live, Jack Bartek, Brandon Marazzo, John Edmond. It's just the beginning. Great day of basketball here at Hooptoberfest. Don't go anywhere. Back here in the Lions Den at Roselle Catholic, Jack Bartek, Brandon Marazzo, John Edmond. Second half action. First game here at Hooptoberfest. Currently Colonia leading Montclair 26-16. 20 minutes back on the clock. Up next on deck, if you're tuning in for the next game, Elizabeth and Linden. And again, just the beginning. We got plenty more for you throughout the day.
Jackie, real quick, I really think there's not a single person in the basketball community that our main man Orlando Cameron doesn't know in the state of New Jersey. I mean, he even knows the ref at this point. You got to be kidding me.
Whitney with the fall away. That one's just short. Rebounded by C.J. Hommel. Derkack. Nice crossover, the pull-up. Oh, just rattles out.
An unlucky touch there. He got that one to balance like a trapeze artist on that one. Almost got it to fall, though.
Yeah, it's very smooth. I mean, that's the most important thing. Again, shots might not be falling at this time of the year, but the fluidity of that combo of moves and the pull-up jumper, it looks good.
This is what I've been waiting to see. Let's see the big fella with the big moves. Little Dirk.
Oh, great finish by Matt McSorley.
Little joker in him, too. You see they're running the offense out of the post, John.
Yeah, that you can't really teach that. Like, I don't know where this is all coming from. This is my first time here. You guys have seen it, but this is just amazing basketball to watch from Derkack.
Not bad. I saw him at the All-Star game that we did here at the end of last year. You know, he was playing in that freshman versus sophomore game. He looked good, but I'll tell you, he's taking it to another level this offseason.
Handles it here. Double team, gives it up, pull up three ball. That one's off. And we were talking about it during the break. Obviously, it's hard to make this comparison because the kid I'm about to name is that one's blocked away. Nice play by James Curett. Derkack in transition. Kick out, three ball. Too strong. He's one of the best basketball prospects in the last decade or two. Cooper Flagg is a guy that you watch. Nice finish there by Bashir Lucas. And he'll head to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. But you see a lot of Cooper Flagg in Derkack's game. That long, lanky frame. He's got the size, the wingspan, and can do a little bit of everything. He can defend inside and out. He can shoot it. Good passer, can finish inside, drawing contact. Free throw's good for Bashir Lucas, and he converts the old-fashioned three-point play. And for Colonia, this is not their full roster. They're missing a couple of football kids who are in the middle of their season. Namely Jaden Jones, who was one of the top players last year.
Jackie, help me out here. Am I losing my mind, or is Bashir Lucas a freshman?
I believe Bashir Lucas is a freshman.
Because the way that this kid is playing defense, the way that he's passing the ball right now, you'd assume that he's at least a junior.
16:40 to go in this second half. Jaden Jones last year, heading into his senior year, he was the second leading scorer for a team that won their section. So obviously such a big piece of what they're trying to do. And to not have him, it's hard to paint a complete picture of what the Patriots are going to be this year.
Yeah, it was just a complete player. Average just a little over 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Just an all-around game from Jaden Jones last season.
They're also missing Nigel Hill to football, who will play a role on this team. Played sparingly last year as a sophomore. So you can expect this team to be really solid. Jaden Jones actually a football recruit. So he has more on his radar than just basketball for the Patriots. Nice save and kick out by Derkack. Gets it back in the corner. Good offensive possession here for the Patriots. That one left short, though. Nice hustle. Curate gets it back, but he's hit with the travel. Jaden Jones actually just committed this summer to Monmouth University, so he'll be playing football at the collegiate level next year.
It's all about getting athletes on the floor. I mean, we know with Ramapo that Nate Burleson Jr., right? I mean, one of their better players, and it was the athleticism for him. So, I mean, you have your ballers, you have your role players, and then you just have your pure athletes. And that really makes up the entire landscape of high school ball. And the more athletes you can have on it, I mean, they just make special plays. And speaking of a special play, are you kidding me?
But an offensive foul wipes it off the board. A nice step in by Curate.
I seen that they were going to call an offensive foul, and I was getting ready to tap Maz. I'd be like, no need to get too excited, but he was all right. I'll just let him go.
Man,
you know what they say about that one? Put it on the huddle reel.
Sure.
There's no refs on the huddle reel.
You know, what you mean, Coach? I made it to the line on that one. What you mean? You want the footage of my free throw?
That is an N1 in the highlight tape.
Yeah, sure. You know, but I'll tell you, man. My bad. I was looking down real quick as I was talking to you guys, and I looked up and I just see the contact in the ball with the beautiful English on it, just like almost like hitting the perfect 8-ball off the corner bank into the other corner. It's just absolutely fantastic. But once again, quality defense coming from Montclair, winning the ball.
Montclair dialing up some full court pressure now. And guys, I mentioned the football players that are currently missing. How about last night? They get a 35-7 win over Rahway. They improved to 5-4 on the year. All of their scores, 3 from Jaden Jones, 2 from Nigel Hill. So you think those guys are good athletes or what?
I'd say so. And imagine what they can do with a little more spacing on the basketball court.
Inside, that layup no good. Jones has run for over 1,000 yards and 17 touchdowns this year and thrown for 7 more. And Nigel Hill, his top target, 430 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. So they'll bring that chemistry over to the basketball court, the quarterback-wide receiver duo.
And think about this, as I was saying, with the more space. I mean, in football, you kind of just got to take the lane and you got to wait for the play to really give you that opening. In basketball, you can take it yourself and make those opportunities. It's going to be really something special to see those guys on the court and this Colonia team at full strength.
Yeah, this is an exciting group to watch, and I mentioned I saw them last year against Ramapo in the Group 3 semifinal, and they look strong, and to bring back that core that they do, I can't wait to see them this year in their full form. It's only just under 11 o'clock here in Roselle, but starting to pack out a little bit. Crowd's starting to fill in. We imagine it'll fill up even more as the day goes along, and Derkack knocks it down, a little friendly roll, and he'll shoot a free throw for an N1. And when you have it, you have it.
He's got John speechless right now with a touch
I honestly
like that.
have no words.
John, how do you guard that, man? I don't even know how to go about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I don't know. I'm honestly speechless. I'm a speechless kind of guy. I don't talk that much, right? But now I'm like overly speechless. I don't know what to say.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I can't shut up most days, and I'm pretty blown away by that one too, buddy.
12 minutes to go here in the ball game. Colonia out to a pretty commanding 31-19 lead. Derkack had a step, drew the foul. Not happy with the call is Noah Hutchinson. I think he had a case.
And I love to see that every time they come down to grab a rebound, the ball, they immediately look for Derkack so he can set up an offense for them. And they get the ball flowing, they get the ball moving, and, you know, they get the best shot that's handed to them. I just love the offense that's flowing right now for Colonia.
Well, you know, man, you got to get the ball into the hand of your best players and just be ready to make a play when he needs you to. That's just quality ball coming. Speaking of quality ball, look at the rebounds.
Oh, my.
Oh, I thought that one was going to fall, and another chance at an N1, but Derkack will head to the line. And if there's any criticism about him, he does need to fill out that frame a little bit, and that is a case where you get a little bit more muscle, you go up strong and dunk on those guys in the paint.
I promise you, Jackie, by the time he's a freshman in college, he will be making those kind of plays.
Well, I mean, right, yeah, you can say that he needs to build that frame out, and I don't even think that's, like, criticism because the way he's playing right now for the way that he's built is out of this world.
Yeah, and as a sophomore, that's naturally going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not like he's done something wrong. It's just you got to give him time to really hit that growth spurt and fill out a little bit. He seems like he has the potential to be real special. Second free throw's good. Maz, you'll know this comparison. When we saw Tyler Tejada last year for Teaneck, who is at Towson now, and one of the things that was said about him is he's a real great player right now, but when he gets into a college weight room and he is put on a college lifting schedule, he's going to be special. And I just saw a picture of him the other day at Towson, and he looks like a different guy. He's built out. You know, he's got a better body, and I'm excited to see what he does for the Tigers.
Tyler Tejada, you mean Dunk of the Year for all abilities live last year when we were at Felicia.
Certainly do.
John, I know you weren't there. You had to see this kid. He's like 6'9". Just an absolute, he's just a unit, right? And as you said, needed a little bit more muscle. This kid took one step in from the free throw line, blasted through someone's chest. I mean, legitimately left a hole like an absolute ultra light beam through a kid's chest. Oh, I'm telling you,
it was
quality.
It was oh my goodness worthy.
Oh my goodness,
for sure.
I'm telling you right now, I almost flipped the table.
Oh, I can see that.
And Jackie almost flipped the table. So I mean, I might kind of always want to flip the table.
I couldn't believe I actually jumped out of my seat when he finished the dunk. It was one of the more unbelievable plays I've seen.
That's very rare. You know how to compose yourself when you're calling a game. So to see you want to jump out of yourself, I believe it.
Inside, a tie-up and a jump ball. Just over 10 minutes to play. It's a 13-point lead for Colonia. Again, coming up next, we have Elizabeth and Linden, a full slate of games. You're definitely not going to want to miss the 12 o'clock game, as that one's a bit too strong. It'll probably end up being a little bit after 12 o'clock. They average 12:20 on the schedule, but Eagle Academy and St. Benedict's. We saw St. Benedict's the other day at the Get In, Get Out showcase. Inside, no whistle, though a lot of contact. And Chitty Wigway, who we saw last year at Bergen Catholic, he is special.
Oh, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That's his Instagram name, and he lives up to it.
Got
Again,
that right.
5-star recruit, was at the Team USA, beginners camp this season. I can't wait to see him. He has really elevated his game.
Yeah, man, this is what brings you out with All Abilities Lives, Garden State Hoops, and Hooptoberfest. I mean, it's the best of the best. I mean, there's a reason why we're here on a Saturday, fellas. I'm going to be honest with you. There's not many things in this world that get me up at 7 in the morning, all right? But this is all of it.
Working baseline, losing his footing is Jay Scott, and it'll go back to the Patriots. Really strong defensive showing in this second half for Colonia. They've only given up 3 points in about 11 minutes.
Sometimes you just got to get comfortable. It's like starting the car in the morning on a winter day, you know. You just got to get warmed up a little bit, and then you can finally get going the way you want to, and you get all the clunkiness out of the way.
Derkack spinning, feeding, laying, good.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be a stretch for a comparison, but the Jokic vibes is ridiculous. I mean, the big fella's passing is just ridiculous. John's got his head in his hands right now. He can't believe what he's seeing.
That was some great work defensively as well by Colonia.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Just the way he moves, the way his body just flows, that amazing pass.
Yeah, he's like Paul Wall right now because everybody's getting a grill.
Oh. Wow.
8 minutes to go here in the second half. 15-point lead now for Colonia. Drive and kick, corner 3 ball. Too strong. Fight for the board. Inside, it's Curate, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Don't lie to me. I know you love that one.
I'm just speechless.
Colonia to inbound underneath. Up top, 3 ball from the wing, too strong. The Mounties out on the break. Nice defense. That one was poked away by C.J. Hommel. Derkack off to the bench for Colonia. I believe that's the first time he sat down today. So interesting to see this group without him. And looks like he's right back to the table. So it took 2 possessions off, and he'll be checking back in. Floater inside. That's a nice finish from Colin Croner heading into his sophomore year.
Just the perfect touch, fellas. I mean, you see the floater right on the money. He has the space, and he lets it go.
That 3 ball short, rebounded by Curate. Curate's going to be a real nice piece for them inside this year. He plays strong down there. A whistle and a timeout for Colonia. Derkack will check back in. 6:39 to play. It's a 17-point lead for the Patriots. Guys, this second half has been all Colonia really flexing their muscles.
Really flexing the defense prowess, too. I mean, that's really, I mean, the offense looking smooth, but the defense just absolutely stifling, grabbing defensive boards, making it hard for Montclair to even get a shot off at times. It's really working.
For Colonia to have 2 players that is playing football right now that's not even inserted into the lineup, this looks like a really dominant and dangerous team. To be doing what they're doing right now in fall ball is amazing.
Jack Bartek, Brandon Marazzo, John Edmond here at Roselle Catholic High School, the Lions Den. So generous to host us today. Hooptoberfest brought to you by NJ Hoop Recruit.
Believe it or not, this is actually my first time in this gym.
Wow.
Yeah.
And John is from the area, too. This is
Yeah, I'm
actually
from Jersey.
John's
Yeah.
first time working with All Abilities Live. This is an all Montclair State booth. 3 former Redhawks would work together up at Montclair State, and John making his debut here on All Abilities Live. But John's from the area, so I'm a little bit surprised that he's never come out here to see Roselle Catholic, especially with, you know, they've been primetime TV the past couple of years.
Yeah, no, just never made it out to come into this gym, but
It's a classic setup.
Yeah, it is.
And boy, do they know how to pack this place out. That's a long 3 ball left short. Curate fighting for it inside, and the Patriots get it back. Derkack in the paint, draws the whistle. I know we said it before. I don't want to overstate it too much. I cannot wait to see this team with their full group with Jones and Hill on the court. They are going to be fun to watch this year. Derkack finding the open man. The three is good.
Yeah, he's going to be a problem this year. A sniper, like you said, from downtown. Great job on the kick-out pass. Three-pointer falls.
Matt McSorley, the beneficiary. And the lead is up to 20. A takeaway. Oh, Derkack in transition. Get out of the way. He slams it home. Get out of the poster.
And look, hustling right back on defense. I mean, the kid just wants to be a part of every part of the game. Might have been a missed foul there as McSorley all over the back of Whitney.
Whistle will stop play here. 41-19. And once again, all Colonia here in half number 2. Montclair bench not happy about the lack of a call there.
Can't really blame him, to be honest with you. Clearly over the back.
Yeah, it's got to be a foul. Some sweat on the floor. We'll wipe that up and get back to play. Inbounding right in front of us here, Merrick Olkowski. He'll be a sophomore this year. Played a part of a strong freshman team last year for the Mounties, and a good group coming up for Coach Cecil Stinson III. He's got to be excited to keep on trying to build upon an over 500 record last year. Inside, oh, great finish there. How about that move from Tom Diametti?
Diametti that time just slithering his way into a little bit of space. Little bully ball action. He gets the separation. Just slamming the ball off the backboard, but hitting it off the optimal spot to get that shot home.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Diametti. Played a small role last year for the Mounties, and he's obviously going to step into a bigger role this season. He's looked fluid inside. That pass stolen away. Montclair gets it back. Diametti working again in the post. Fall away, no good. Nice rebound for Bashik Austin. Dribbled off the foot of C.J. Hommel out of bounds. It goes back to Montclair once again. This is a Montclair program that hasn't finished over 500 since 2018-2019, so until last season when Stinson was able to turn them around a little bit, they had gone through some down years. And as I mentioned, Stinson, who's an alum, trying to get this program back into the spotlight. That layup too strong. Rebound chased down by Mez Acaro. Diametti backing down. Off glass, no good, but a foul. Showing some good strength on the low block.
I was going to say, you said he was backing down, but you're clearly talking about the technique, because he's clearly not backing down to any player out there right now. Even down 20, he's still looking to get out there, and I'm pretty impressed by Diametti's big man footwork down low, working on the fundamentals. I mean, a little more muscle, a little more experience. He's going to be a problem down the road.
First free throw short, 3.5 to play here. Again, a 20-point lead for Colonia. It was close in the first half. In fact, I believe it was just a 4-point game with about a minute to go before the break. And then a bit of a barrage from the Patriots. Derkack threw down a slam. They got a stop, got it back, and a great feed and lay-in for Isaiah Barber. Increased the lead up to 10 before the half, and in the second half, Colonia came out and rode the momentum home.
And you know, Jack, let's talk about Cecil Stinson III real quick. I mean, to come back to be an alum of that school, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I give all the respect in the world. It's a little pressure. You love to see people come back to the community and give back, you know, but there's also that pressure of you put a little more expectation on yourself. The community knows you. They have a little bit more expectation from you. And it's just mounted to a lot of pressure. And he's already going to do a nice job of turning things around and keeping it move forward. But you got to tip your hat to it to have the courage to be under that kind of a spotlight.
Yeah, and a good guy to take over the program, right? Like, you cannot pick a more prototypical coach that you would want to have. Stinson, a 2006 graduate of Montclair. Nice feed from Derkack. And Curate going to head to the line here for the Patriots. He was a 1,000-point scorer for the Mounties. Went on to play at Southeastern Community College for 3 years as a guard at Post University up until 2011. Stayed coaching afterward and stayed active in the community, which I think is the most important part. You know, he served as the camp director for the PAL in Montclair. So he has deep roots in the community, has his roots spread amongst the basketball scene, and I think that will be big in helping build up his program.
And making an impact all over the place.
And not just only him, but on the other side as well, with the next game that's going to be played between Elizabeth. I mean, we could also say the same thing about Coach Colicchio. Coach Colicchio, who was the head coach at Linden. I don't know if you guys know this, but I left Union for 2 years and went to go live in Linden for 2 years. So I got to see Coach Colicchio coach Linden High School to where, you know, he led them to beat Roselle Catholic in the UCT final that year that they had Isaiah Briscoe and all that huge team. Nas Reed, I think that was his freshman year.
That team was ridiculous.
That team was ridiculous, but I'm proud to say I was a part of Linden in that moment, and we did get the championship. But, you know, he did the same thing by leaving Linden, going over there to Elizabeth to bring them back to their glory days, and you can kind of see that similarity right there.
Man, that Roselle Catholic team with Isaiah Briscoe.
Yeah.
Isaiah Briscoe, I mean, you put him up there in the pantheon of one of the best high school hoopers in New Jersey history.
It's like everywhere he went, it was packed out just to see him play. I remember it just like it was yesterday.
And he went to Kentucky. A lot of people think Kentucky one-and-done machine going right to the league. He didn't. He broke that prototypical mold. He stayed at Kentucky for, I think, 4 or 5 years and had a really nice career under Coach Calipari and played almost like, by the end of his career there, a player-coach type role, and was such a leader for that squad. And he got some run in the NBA, too.
He got some run in the NBA right now, playing overseas. But let me tell you another thing as well. I was working at SportsMed for a little bit to where, you know, his mother, I was taking care of his mother that was in SportsMed. And we had the conversation to where, you know, even though he's not in the NBA right now, he's just happy to be playing basketball and doing what he loves. He's playing overseas. He's still doing what he's loved doing since he was a child. So that's amazing to see that, you know, he's still getting to live out his dream.
If you can find somebody to pay you money to play basketball for a living, you won.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, how about us? We're getting paid to broadcast right now. And the slab of games that we have in store today, I'm going to be honest with you, we might be robbing at this point.
A minute to play here. 3 ball is too strong. 19-point game. Derkack with the save. And this clock going to continue to run as we get set for our next game coming up. But, guys, really impressive showing from Colonia.
Yeah, really impressive. It's almost like, I don't even know. My math's not right. Jack usually did it for me when we were at Montclair State calling games. So let me make sure. 23 minus 16 equals. Okay, so that means that.
What the?
Wait, wow.
Are you kidding me? What? Shout out the Mounties, man. That kid just climbed to the top of the mountain, jamming it home, and he said, you know what, I'm a little frustrated right now, the way that this game has went after they were leading in the first, but
hey, that's another case. The scoreboard is not on the huddle tape. You blur out the scoreboard, you throw that thing on there.
Absolutely, man. Coach, what you mean? That was a game-winning steal. I jammed that down. That was phenomenal, honestly, and John, I'm going to be honest with you. If you can't do the math, we're in double trouble because Jack always does the math for me.
What a finish to this one. That was insane. So some high flyers here in game number 1, but it's Aiden Derkack and the Patriots coming out on top 42-28. Great showing by Colonia. Montclair obviously still trying to build up that program. Coming up next, we have Camden. But guys, great showing by Colonia.
Oh, yeah, right. But you know what? I think we got to give it to this Montclair squad. I mean, even to go down by that much, the way that they finished out that game, you saw two really impressive play at the end. I think it just speaks to the mindset of the Mounties moving forward and the way that they're still in the process of turning things around. We already know what Colonia is going to be. I mean, this team was already impressive, and we've talked about it. Two of their best athletes not even on the court today due to the football season. I mean, it's going to be an absolute unit for Coach Jose Rodriguez coming up in this season.
Yeah, no doubt. And Montclair, obviously, we mentioned it, trying to build a little bit that program back up. But we're going to get Aiden Derkack here on the broadcast after his MVP performance here in Game 1. Aiden, thank you for joining us.
Of course, of course.
And obviously a great start here. You guys still in the fall ball. You're missing some football players, but you look sharp. Talk about trying to bounce back from a season last year where you go out, you win the section. How do you manage the expectations and come back and try and have an even better year this year?
Yeah, of course. Every year we've been good. We just got to stick to the program. Always works. Every year.
And Aiden, you know, we got to know, man. I mean, for a kid with your height, but to have your ability, I'm making the extra pass, and you really showed off the passing here today. We know you got the athleticism. Who you modeling your game after these days, man? Because it was pretty impressive.
I'd say KD. I got to build like him. All him.
I love it. And, you know, it's interesting. We talk about being here in October. You guys don't get back until your normal program until late November, early December. So in the off season, what are you trying to work on, and where do you want to be at in this point of the off season to be ready when the time comes for the real season to kick off?
I'm mostly working on everything, but especially shooting. Last year I wasn't a great shooter, but this year I'm dialed into it, and it's going to be a lot better this year.
And man, we got to know, I mean, for only being a sophomore, not only taking contact, but inviting contact out there. I mean, just talk about your mindset, man, because you look absolutely fearless.
Yeah, I'm just looking to get to shoot free throws every single time. I'm tagging his body, doing everything I could to shoot.
And last year, you guys come up just short in the Group 3 semifinal. What kind of motivation does that give you? What's the mindset heading into this year as a team? What are you looking to accomplish?
Just we got to be better. We're trying to get to the rack this year.
Yeah.
Beat Ramapo.
Well, Aiden Derkack, spectacular performance. It was fun seeing you. Hopefully, we'll get to see you a little bit more this year. Congratulations to you and Colonia winning the first game of Hooptoberfest. Jack Bartek, Brandon Marazzo, joined by Aiden Derkack. John Edmond going to be hopping back here on the broadcast booth in a minute. We'll be right back here on All Abilities Live.